continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson, Christopher Conway as Norman Harrington.
The Chernak family has lost a son. Expressions of sympathy have overwhelmed their small home near the Peyton Place shoreline. Perhaps the most painful condolence will come today from Rodney Harrington.
Mrs. Chernak. I just want you to know how very deeply sorry I am.
There will be a Giovanni.
Giovanni.
It means to watch.
Oh.
They won't understand your being here. Please go back.
Okay. I just wish there was something I could do to make it easier.
There's nothing. From friends. We have a guest. Make him comfortable.
Custom of the country. The old country.
I upset your mother. I'm sorry.
She'll be upset for a year from last night. Custom of the country.
I just wish there was something I could do.
What did you have in mind?
Nothing, Miss Chernak.
My mother appreciated your visit. No, really. I could tell. You are terribly interesting, Rodney. You have such a wonderful, straightforward look of innocence. Rodney.
Miss Chernak, I have given my statement to the police.
Oh, no, I don't mean official innocence. I mean fair-haired, open-faced, Anglo-Saxon innocence.
I came here to tell you and your father and mother how I felt.
And you have such confidence. I mean, consider the following. You walk into the home of the deceased, knowing that the family will be there, grieving, knowing that you won't be met with open arms, yet you walk in.
I came here hoping there'd be something I could do.
Beautiful.
What?
You have compassion written all over your face. Only it's the good, bland, general kind. Couldn't be for Joey, he's gone. For Mama, she's gone too in her way. Papa, you don't even know him. What did you expect to find here? What did you expect to find from me?
Exactly what I did find. A deeply hurt woman.
More than that.
All right. I expected to find a glance from you. A word, a gesture, something, anything.
Meaning what?
I don't know. It's very difficult for me to sort out my feelings. I guess I wanted reassurance.
That I don't hold you responsible?
No, I don't need anybody to tell me that.
What else would you need reassurance about?
That you'll be all right. That your parents will be all right somehow.
If I had nodded my head slightly when I saw you.
Maybe. It isn't important now.
Forgiveness.
No.
Yes. I think that's why you came here. I think that's what you want.
Goodbye, Miss Chernak.
Rodney, You won't get a word from me, a glance from me, nothing. Nothing.
Goodbye. This is his obituary.
Oh, I see. And very nice. In fact, when I read it, I get the impression that Joe Chernak was one of the town's leading young citizens.
Well, what do you expect me to say, anyway? That the late Joseph Chernak will be remembered as one of our school dropouts, as a car thief, as a graduate of one of our state's leading honor farms?
That would be closer to the truth.
His parents will be reading this.
A lot of people will read that. The better you make it for him, the worse it is for Rodney.
Now, how would you feel, Dad?
I remember how I felt when I read Elizabeth's obituary. Calvin Hanley must have felt very proud. It made her a model wife and a model daughter.
Matt Swain was right, Dad. You can't use an obituary to fight the dead. No matter how you feel personally.
How do you feel, Elliot, about Leslie's son?
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I'd be a poor excuse as a man as well as an editor if I looked at Rod's troubles as a chance to get even with his father.
You're bound to think back on it. I did.
Well, lots of people are thinking back. What I'm afraid is that the same people who screamed the loudest for my conviction are now very busy reminding each other that they always said I was innocent. And that the Harringtons can't be allowed to get away with another murder.
You know, I've been thinking last night when Rod came here looking for Matt, maybe I could have helped the boy.
I doubt that, Dad.
I guess I'll never know.
If Rod had been ready for help, he would have told you what had happened.
Leslie Harrington should be here. It's a father's right as well as his duty to stand by his son. Somebody should convince that boy to call his father and tell the whole story.
Yeah. Somebody.
Hello, Mr. Carson.
Hi, Norman.
Come on in.
Thanks.
I was, just putting his stuff away.
Rodney isn't here, eh?
No, sir, he went out. Want a plum?
No, no thanks. Did he say where he was going? You don't know when he'll be back, then, huh?
No, sir, I'm afraid not. I better put this away. It's getting kind of squishy.
What's the matter?
Have you seen the milk?
Yeah, here.
Thanks. Mr. Carson, I know I'm stepping out of line, but I don't think Rod needs to be asked a lot of questions.
Well, that's not why I'm here.
You came to see Rod?
Yes, I just want to talk to him.
For publication?
Look, Norman, I'm Allison's father, as well as the editor of the Clarion.
I'm sorry, Mr. Carson. I guess I had you wearing the wrong hat. I'm really sorry, sir.
That's all right, Norman.
You sure you don't want a plum?
No.
I don't either. I guess it's what they call nervous eating.
Norman, the reason I stopped by was that I think you and Rodney ought to call your father and let him know what's going on.
I've already tried. I call all over. Rome, Zurich.
Well, he's probably in Greece by now. Yes, he phoned my home last night, just before Constance and I left for the party at the Schuster's.
He called you? That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, he was concerned about you and Rodney. Said he hadn't heard from you. He also said he thought he might be leaving for Greece almost immediately.
I know. I traced him down as far as Hotel Athens. Then Rod came in and said to forget about it. He doesn't want to worry him.
Oh, I think that's very foolish of him.
Rod's hoping it's all gonna blow over.
Supposing it doesn't. Norman, I think your father has to be told the whole story.
So do I. But Rod doesn't.
You think it would do any good if I talked to him?
I don't know. Why don't you try?
All right.
Mr. Carson, I don't know how Rod feels. I mean, waiting for the police to drop the other shoe. It's kind of hard for me to know. I don't think you can unless you've been there yourself.
Yeah, you're right.
It's kind of bad, isn't it?
Yes, it's very bad, Norman.
Goodbye.
Bye, Norman.
Have him come in, please.
Hello, Mr. Dow. I got your message.
Good. It's time we have a little talk. Sit down, please.
Yes, sir.
In view of the situation, I'm going to have to prescribe a course of conduct. I don't want you talking about the Chernak matter in a random way to anyone, not even to close friends.
Well, it isn't really something I want to talk about, Mr. Dow, but I don't have anything to hide.
Things aren't always as simple as they seem.
Well, I'm sure they're not, but this time they are.
I'm talking to you as your lawyer. I can't do my job if you fight me.
Oh, I don't want to fight you.
Then let me help you. Last night, you signed a statement when there was no legal necessity for you to do so.
There may not be a legal necessity, Mr. Dow, but I think there is a moral one. People have a right to know what happened. His parents, his sister, my family.
Now listen to this, Rodney. Tonight I went up on the wharf to see Joe Chernak to tell him to stay for my brother, etc. You said, he got one of those gaffing hooks and swung it at me. I got it away from him. I started to throw it overboard. I didn't want to fight. He ducked. I guess he thought I was aiming at him. Now that's an opening.
It's the truth.
But you see, it's not full, it's not complete. Why did he duck the gaffing hook?
You just read it. I guess he thought I was aiming at him.
If it weren't, why would he duck? There are so many questions a skilled prosecutor can ask on this statement alone. He lost his footing. He fell off the pier. He must have hit his head. He got back on the pier and started after me again, but he dropped. Question, Rodney. Do you know he hit his head? Did you see him slip and strike something? Did you hear a sharp sound? Oh, this statement could be a weapon.
I had to make it. I was the only witness.
As far as we know.
So what if somebody else did see what happened? What if 30 people saw what happened? I'm not a murderer.
I know you're not, Rodney. But if there were another witness, if there were any discrepancy, John Fowler wouldn't hesitate to prosecute.
He released me.
Can have you brought back again. John Fowler's father was prosecuting attorney when the state tried Elliot Carson. He's never forgotten that he convicted an innocent man. And he's never forgotten that your father withheld information.
And you think because of that, Mr. Fowler might try to make a case against me?
I didn't say that.
No, but you implied it. Isn't that a little biblical, Mr. Dow? The sins of the father being revisited on the sons?
Men's motives haven't changed as much as we'd like to believe. You may not see it, Rodney, but you need me, my experience. You've got to have confidence in me.
I'm beginning to wonder how much confidence you have in me.